Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Today is Monday. What is today? The 27th? That's correct. Today is the last day, the last Monday of this month. My goodness. Time is flying, isn't it? Hello, Fab. Fab is in fabulous. Hello, Mie, Lolly, Tammy. Thanks for joining me today. Welcome to this live English lesson on YouTube. iTube, YouTube. Everybody tubes. Da, 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 da. Oh, that didn't work. Why am I black and white? I don't know why my computer doesn't produce the color. Like, this is a blue shirt actually, but it looks black. It's weird. Hey, thanks. So I gotta tell the strangest thing just happened to me. The weather is cloudy and humid, and it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain real soon, and then it's gonna rain all day. Let's see if they changed that. No, it's going to rain all day. Yep. Oh, thunderstorms today. Excellent. Awesome. Hello, Tefo. Hello, Monica. So I got to tell you what happened to me. So, what time is it? It's 9:30. So, around 10 minutes to 9, I took Max for a walk. Over 30. Monica, where are you? Plenty of sunshine. Oh, lucky you in Toronto. So I took scorching hot in Japan too. Ay, ay, ay. So listen. Check this out. So I take Max for a walk, right? And I go down the corner. Ah, okay, Czech Republic. Hot there, huh? I go down to the corner and I see a dog, and I don't know what kind of dog it was, but it was double the size of Max and lots of hair and beautiful blue eyes, like a husky, but it wasn't a husky. So, and this dog is just walking around the neighborhood. Now, the dog had a collar and a tag, but there were no humans around. So the dog, looked a little scared, and I didn't want to scare him, so I just waited. And then, of course, Max was very polite. Max was sitting down. And then the dog came over to us. And, dogs like to smell each other. That's their kind of greeting. And that's when I noticed that the dog had a collar and a tag, so it's not a stray dog. So, but I thought, what can I do here? I've got to help this dog because, I'm in a quiet neighborhood, but if this dog starts walking around, it wasn't an Akita. It looked like, the body shape looked like a very thin German Shepherd, but really like long hair, different colors, browns and blacks and whites and grays. So what am I going to do? So I bring Max back home. I put him in the backyard, and then I go down the block with my leash because I thought if I can at least catch the dog with the leash, then I've got control in the situation and I can help the dog. So it took a couple of minutes. The dog finally came near me and then walked away. And then the dog walked up the driveway of a house. Now, this house is about 7 or 8 houses past my house. So the dog sits down at the front door. So I come to the dog nice and slowly. I let him smell my hand. Everything's cool. He's my best friend. I put my leash on the collar. And then I look at the tag. And the dog's name is Buddy. and it said the address, the house number, and the street number. And that was the house the dog was at. And I thought, okay, cool. You're a smart dog. You escaped from your house, but you know where you live, right? So I ring the doorbell, and the doorbell is one of those electronic doorbells, Nest. There's a camera, and I ring the doorbell, and nobody comes to the door. But when I walked up the driveway, I noticed that the window was open, so I just yelled, "Your dog is loose!" And I heard like some little kid sound or something. Nobody came to the door. Bang, bang, bang. I knock on the door. Suddenly, the door opens, and there's like two little kids, like a little boy around 3 or 4 years old, and a little girl around 4 or 5 years old. And they look at me, they look at the dog, and I said, "Is this your dog?" And the girl goes like this. She goes, "Hmm." And I said, "Well, here's your dog." And I took my leash off the dog, and the little kid opened the door, and the dog walked in. And at that time, 2 other little kids came. So I'm standing outside the door, and there's 2 doors. There's the main door, and the outside door was glass. So I could see in. 4 little kids, 3 or 4 years old, tops. No adults. And I said, "Please be careful with your dog." And I walked away. And I thought to myself, where are the adults in this situation? Right? These little kids open the door. They don't know me. I could be a serial killer. Not. Right? Very, very dangerous. Anyway, that's kind of my neighbor down the block. I don't know them. I've never met them. But I feel like there's too many aliens living in my neighborhood. How can they let little kids like that, little tiny kids, 4 years old, answer the door? No adults? Maybe that's why the dog wanted to escape. And then I thought I should call the police and tell the police what happened, because maybe, there's a problem at the house with some of the adults. I don't know. The kids didn't look like they were in a panic. I don't know. Anyway, that was my morning. Cheers. I was told that I shouldn't drink coffee early in the morning. Yeah, that is weird. That was really weird. But, my concern was the dogs. And the dogs were fine. Yeah, I should have called the police, right? But then if I called the police, I would be late for this class. So I was thinking about asking the parents, I'm uncomfortable in that situation with kids, and no adults. So I just said, you know what, that's all. That's all. My job was to help the dog. If the parents are not responsible for their children, then that's not my mind. We have a saying in English, MYOB. MYOB means mind your own business. That's not my responsibility. If the parents leave the house and they leave 4 little kids like that in the house alone, I'm not getting involved. My job, rescue the animal. I'm not here to rescue kids. But I thought it was weird that situation happened, so. Anyway, how are you today? Did you study English this weekend? I know I saw some of you on Instagram and Telegram and every other graham cracker studying English. That's good. Have you learned any new vocabulary this weekend? I care about the kids' safety too, but that's not my responsibility, I'm sorry to say. You know, maybe their parents are alcoholics and the parents were sleeping. I don't know. There was a car in the driveway and no adult answered the door. So, you know, I don't want to get involved. Your podcast, number 114, excellent. Elvis movie, always a one for the money. That's my Elvis impersonation. Did you learn any new vocab this weekend? Did you learn any new phrasal verbs? Something else? One of my coworkers looked green around the gills, so she got to go home early. I was a little green around the gills when I saw that dog walking around. Oh, that made me really nervous. What a morning. What a morning. What's the difference between especially and specially? I got to think about that one. I got to think about that one. I can't give you the answer right now. I should look that up. I might have that lesson on my website. Let me just see if I can find it quick. That's even tough for me to think about. I'm going to have to get back to you. I'll make a note. I'll put that in my notes. Okay. I'm as fit as a fiddle. Excellent. Good. Lots of idioms there. You beat me to it. Environmentally friendly. Oh, Lolly, you learned all the environmentally words. A phrase, skin in the game. Skin in the game. What does that mean, Hadi? I don't even know that one. My coworker's a bag of wind. I'm going to get you in trouble with my idioms that you can use to talk about your coworkers. Today we're going to talk about have. And I typed the wrong thing yesterday when I posted on Instagram. I said we're going to talk about take. We're going to talk about have. Elena, buongiorno. Hello, konbanwa. Welcome. Yes, we are. We're going to talk about have. Have. Let's have a good time. There you go. That's better. Just a moment. No? Ah, okay. Yeah, that's good. Can you guys see that okay? Welcome, welcome. All right. Today we're going to talk about have. Everything you wanted to know about have, plus your opportunity to practice. I will upload this document to my website, which is myhappyenglish.com/YouTube. You can get it there. All right. Now, have is a very basic word in English, but it does have a lot of uses. And so we're going to start really simple and then we'll build. Okay. When you have something, you own it or you possess it. Okay? I have 2 computers, a laptop, and a tablet. I have too much electronics. I have a pen and a notepad, so I'm ready for the meeting. I hope you have a pen and a notepad today. What do you have in your bag or your pocket right now? What do you have? Do you have something right now? Do you have a phone? Do you have a pen? Do you have a notebook? Do you have a pen and a notebook? I've got a pen and a notebook. A pen and a notebook. How about you? Do you have a pen and a notebook? There's always a delay. I have a stationary bike in the basement. My mom has a stationary bike. And I make her use it too. Or you can answer this question. I have a treadmill in the basement. You have a gym there. I have a wallet and sunglasses and keys. Summertime. How many coffee mugs do you have in your kitchen? I'm always curious about this question. How many coffee mugs do you have in your kitchen? All my life in a tiny bag. All right. A wallet, a pen, and a notebook in my bag. That's good. Too many mugs. How many mugs do you have? Tell me how many mugs you have in your kitchen. How many coffee mugs? I have about 20. I have about 20 coffee mugs in the kitchen, and there's 3 people in the house. Not so many. 3 coffee mugs. Wow, excellent. I can't count. I have 10 mugs in my kitchen. 12 mugs. For some reason, oh, hello. For some reason, people have way more coffee mugs than the amount of people that live in the house. It's crazy. Too many coffee mugs and too many books. 6 mugs, 6 plates, 6. Lolly, I guess you buy things in groups of 6, or you have a family of 6. 5 insulated cups from Starbucks. And how many people live in the house, Tammy? Just curious. 26? Because you've got more than 20 coffee mugs plus the insulated cups. Right? I live alone. There you go. 3 people and 26 coffee mugs. It's really interesting why and how that happens in our modern life. You know, and for me, a coffee mug is an important thing. And 11 mugs. And so, you know, if you think about it, in my bathroom, I have 1 razor, and we have 1 toothbrush for each person. Okay, so certain things that are also important, you have just enough for the number of people that you have. Right? So everybody has their own toothbrush. We don't need 10 toothbrushes. I have 1 pillow on my bed. Now, some people sleep with 2 pillows, but I have 1 pillow, which is kind of normal. Everybody has 1 phone. Some people have 2, one for work. But it's just interesting to me that whereas the things which we need, among all of the things we need, we usually have enough or just the right amount, 1 or 2. But coffee mugs, it's like 10 mugs per person. That's so interesting. Don't you think so, Rosie? Rosie's sleeping. Rosie doesn't want to know. All right, so that's have. Kiarash, welcome. 2 pillows. Okay. This is something that we mentioned last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know if that's greedy. I don't know what it is. It could be. Oh, my eyes. I'm not crying. As I mentioned maybe last time, or yes, you're hoarding coffee mugs. Many mugs, no one drinks coffee. All right. You can have, but not take a meal. Oh, shoot. So, for example, let's have coffee and dessert. You can't say let's take coffee and dessert. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I had a burger last night. Okay, so have means eat or drink, not take, at least in English. All right, so here's a question. What time did you have lunch yesterday or today? What did you have? What do people in your country usually have for breakfast? How about you? What do you have for breakfast? I donate the unwanted cups to charity. That's a good idea. What do you have? What do you usually have for breakfast in your country? Always curious about food. Have a cigarette. No thanks, but you can use that phrase. How about you? What do you have? What do you have? I have a piece of toast and a cup of Earl Grey. Too healthy. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. What else? The main one is tea in Iran. Okay. Earl Grey and then 2 cups of coffee. Wow, that's a lot of caffeine. I have 2 roti canai. Oh my God. Roti is so delicious. There's a Malaysian restaurant called Nyonya in New York City that I used to go to a lot before the pandemic. And I always ordered the roti canai. And that was like a really thin, flat pancake or something like that. Like a very flat bread. And they serve it with a curry, and you dip in the curry and you eat the bread. Oh my gosh. Delicious. Hello, Carla. We usually have bread or rice with some side dishes. Nice. I have a cereal with a cup of coffee. How often do you have Japanese food? Oh, I don't know. For dinner, half of the week maybe. I like Japanese food. Thank you. I know that guy. And there's phrasal verbs. It's your English studying cup. Cherries. Almost cherry season, I think, here. All right, good. We have brie. I think she means bread. Or brie cheese. Or breakfast. Or brie. Yeah, me, I don't have any more. They're all, I don't I gave them all out. Um, it's in the back of my mind how I can get them more available. But it's a cool idea, I think, because you can study phrasal verbs as you know as you drink your coffee in the morning. All right, so that's have. You can also have an event. A croissant or waffles and a cup of joe. Cup of joe. Your voice is great for podcasts and learning language. Thank you. My name is Forrest Gump. We can study English with Forrest Gump. In our country, people have bread and butter for breakfast. Nordirjun. Where are you that people have bread and butter for breakfast? I'm just curious. It's easy to understand. Oh, okay. I don't think I have an accent anymore. I think I've lost my accent. Oh, Uzbekistan. I see. Okay. All right. You can also have an event, right? You can have a party, have a meeting, have a barbecue. Remember, barbecue in American English, and sorry to the people who live in the south part of America, but barbecue is the grill. Okay, let's put burgers on the barbecue. Barbecue is the verb. Let's barbecue burgers. And barbecued is the adjective. I like barbecued chicken. And barbecue is also the party. I went to a barbecue. So, we're having a party for Jack's birthday. Why don't you come? Jenny said we're having an important meeting tomorrow. What happened? It's such a nice day. Let's have a picnic. Now, you can go on a picnic. That's possible. But you can have a picnic too, because it's an event. Barbecue is not my cup of tea. Nice answer. How many countries do you have students from? That's a good question. You mean my one-to-one students? Probably about 10 or 12 different countries. But these live lessons, all over the world. Toast with jam and honey and tea or milk. Nice. That sounds good. I'm getting hungry. I didn't have breakfast. I didn't have breakfast thanks to the stray dog walking around my neighborhood. So you can have an event. How about you? Have you had a party? Have you had any events? Have you had a meeting? Have you had a party? What have you had? You need to have a bigger lunch today. You can don't worry about me. I got plenty of reserves. Have you had any meetings? Have you had a party? I had a farewell party for one of my clients. He's going to move to another city. Wow. I had a rapid test at the nursing home yesterday. Gigs. Had a fan. You had a gig. Did you have a gig or go to a gig? I had a birthday party yesterday. Excellent. When you say you had a party, were you the host or did you go there? I had a too much boring movie. I had a too much boring meeting in the whole morning. Oh no, my boss's speech was dragging on. So close. My boss's speech was dragging on. I wonder if that's here. That's not on the cup. Yes! Drag on. I'm having an exam tomorrow. Good luck. I hope you do well. I'm sure you'll do well. I had fun. You can have fun. Chatting with friends at the coffee shop. Nice. Excellent. Okay, this is easy, I think. Let's have company. In Iran, we have an unbelievable food that we had last night at a party, and its name is Gorm Sabzi. Gorm Sabzi. Did you try it? No, I don't know what that is. What kind of food is that? I'm always interested about food. I'm always interested in food, sorry. Persian lamb and beans. Herb stew. Wow, looks good. Excellent. I managed to practice speaking English too. Excellent. Good. Nice. If somebody comes to your house, we usually say, have company. I could say, for example, if I look at number 2, we had company last night and there was a lot of food left over. We had company. Now, this is where using a or the or not makes a big difference. I have a company. I have a company means I'm the owner of a company. It's my company. I have a company. Okay? But I have company with no means guests came to my house. So please be careful. You are the entrepreneur of a company. That's correct. Yeah, the word, the spelling, and the pronunciation, Esid, is exactly the same. I had company. I have a company. Okay? When company means guests who visit you, it's not countable. That's why there's no A. If one person comes to visit you, your mother comes, your father comes, your friend comes, then you could say, oh, I had company last night. I had company last night. Or, oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to have company tomorrow. Yay, I'm going to have company tomorrow. Someone's going to visit me. I'm going to have company. I'm going to have company. I have company today, so I have to be ready. Correct. But I have a company means you are the business owner. I had company for the first time in a year. There you go. Good example. Da, 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 da. Have you had company recently? Are you having company soon? Exciting. What's exciting? Having company or having a company? It depends on, if you're talking about having a company, it's exciting only when the Meta company doesn't take down your social media. Having company is exciting. It's fun to have people over. Yeah. And having a company is a lot of work. I haven't had a day off in a long time. So, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that that's, if you have a company, then that's what happens. I will have company next week with my company workers. Nice. Excellent. My sister volunteered to give me company when I visited our aunt in another city. Excellent. You need a staff. I do. I need staff. I need to hire somebody. I need help. Yes, I do. Need a job? Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, that's have company. You can also have a medical problem or have a symptom. That's the next one. By the way, if you've just joined and you'd like to get a copy of this document here, I will upload it to my website. You go to My Happy English, here it is, myhappyenglish.com/YouTube. You put in your name and your email address and you can download that for free. In addition, you can also download every document for every YouTube Live every Monday since December 7th. Wow, that's a lot. You need to have a day off. Yes, Fabs and Fabulous. Yes, I need it. All right, so have a medical problem or a symptom. Kim has allergies. She's been sneezing all day. Now, about allergies, you could say she has hay fever, or she has a pollen allergy, or she has a grass allergy, or she has tree allergy or something. But usually, if you want to talk about a seasonal allergy, the best thing to say in English is, I have allergies. Somebody has allergies. I have a terrible headache. Bob has high blood pressure, so he has to avoid fried foods. How about you? Do you know anybody who has allergies? Do you have allergies? Dr. Michael. Dr. Michael, room 4. Dr. Michael, room 4. That's correct. Me, Tammy says. Me too. That's another me. I have allergies, but it's very mild. When I wake up in the morning, I have a lot of, I have a runny nose. I have a runny nose. But that's, after 10, 15 minutes, that's it. I have a headache once every other week. What should I do, Dr. Michael? Thank you for coming to my office today. What you should do for a headache is I recommend 2 glasses of Nihonshu every night before bed. Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case. I have an allergy. I got a cold. Both. I have an allergy from some type of dishwashing liquids. Oh my goodness. So you need to have somebody else in the house wash the dishes for you. That'll solve that problem. All right. The next 2 topics are about children. A woman can have a baby. Now, there's a thing in American English where some topics we like to talk about indirectly. Let me give you an example. We don't say, adults don't say in English usually, I have to pee, or I need to use the toilet. What we say in those private moments is, I need to use the restroom, or I need to use the bathroom. So we speak indirectly, okay, when we have those topics. By the way, the bathroom is, I need to use the bathroom, that's in a house, in a private house. I need to use the restroom, that's in a public place. So if you go to the shopping mall or the department store or a restaurant, you could ask somebody, excuse me, where's the restroom? Or where's the ladies' room, or where's the men's room? But where's the restroom? Okay? But you wouldn't say, excuse me, where's the bathroom? In a public place. In the issue, we want to be more polite. The powder room, right. Yeah, it's a matter of being more polite, but it's also very, very indirect. And so let's look at this example. A woman can have a baby. So if I said, Lori is having a baby, this means Lori is pregnant right now. The belly is in her, the baby is in her belly. Okay? Oh, Chris is having a baby in a few weeks. This means the baby will be born in a few weeks. Oh, did you hear? Mary had a baby last week. This means the baby was born last week. So, having a baby could mean either right now or the future, and she had a baby means the baby was born. Okay, so that's another way that we use indirect language in American English. The WC, the lavatory. Right. And interesting, we don't use WC or water. WC is water closet. We don't use that word in American English either. Lavatory is only, for some reason, the word lavatory is used in a school, like an elementary school or high school. That's the lavatory. Can I say she's expecting a baby this weekend? Yes, you can say that. She's expecting a baby. Or we just say, oh, did you hear? Jenny is expecting. Oh, excellent. She's expecting. It means she's pregnant. In the Netherlands, people speak directly. Oh, really? Okay, interesting. That's culture. That's culture. That's culture. And in a related way, you can have children or you can have pets. Greg has 2 kids, so he's always busy. People don't have big families like they used to. It's not easy having a cat and a dog in the same house, or 2 dogs. Right, Rosa? Oh, she's gone. How about you? Do you know anyone who has pets or has kids? Do you have kids? Do you have pets? We use have. One of my friends from high school, he has 4 kids. And the last one, I think, just graduated from high school, maybe? Not so sure. They have kids. Have a pet. Have a kid. Have a dog. I used to have a dog. I used to have a dog, and now I have a dog. Hello, Ling. 2 Chihuahuas. Wow. 2 dogs is tough. I have 2 Boston Terriers. My friend told me she's having a kid last week. Wow. That's right, giving birth to a child. That's right. Sorry, let me clear that up. My friend from high school has 4 kids. We went to high school together. He has 4 kids. Neither kids nor dogs. I had a dog passed away in 2009. 2009. Sorry to hear that. That's tough. I had a dog for 17 years. I lost her 5 years ago. It's not easy. I have a beagle. Cute. Beagles are cute. My neighbors have 2 dogs, and all her daughters and sons live together. The grandfather needs to walk the grand dogs every morning. Wow, that's a big family in one place. His grand dogs. I never thought of it that way. My mother has 2 grand dogs. That's what I call it. All right. Somebody said this before. Have also means experience. Have means experience. You can have a good time, have trouble, have a nice day, have a bad day. I had a strange day this morning. If you just joined us, you can look at the beginning of this video to see what happened to in my strange day. We had a nice time at the barbecue yesterday. Have a nice time. If you have a friend who's going on vacation, or your friend is taking a trip somewhere, it's very common to say, hey, have fun. Have fun. Have a good time. So we say that as kind of a goodbye, greeting. Have fun. What's the difference between I had experience it depends on the context. I had a nice experience in Turkey. When I traveled to Turkey, I had a good experience there. Or I had many experiences in my life. But the word experience as a verb without have means you need a direct object. I experienced I have experienced, or I experienced flying in a hot air balloon 30 years ago. It means I did that. We had the heat warning over the weekend. Oh, really? Have a blast. That's right. May I have this dance? Of course. Of course. I don't know who you're going to dance with. Michael can't dance. Have. Okay. Did you have a nice time on your last vacation? Did you have any trouble with English this past week? So Nalko, the answer to your question after all that is it depends on the context. I think the meaning is the same, but the usage depends on the context. I have ups and downs. That's true. We have a lot of idioms with have. We'll get to those. We'll get to those. That's super useful live. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I hope they're all useful. Every Monday at this same time. Do you have any allergy for nuts? Nope. I do not have any food allergies. I do not have any food allergies. I just simply follow my seafood diet. That's right. I see food and I eat it. Sorry. Have. I hope you're having a good time. Food allergy can be fatal. Yes, that's true. That's true. One of my cousins has a food allergy to shellfish, and she has to be very careful because she'll get very, very ill or could die from that. So, okay. Have. And then in a similar way, you can, what do you call someone who's afraid of dogs? Phobia. I'm afraid of dogs. I have canine phobia. Hey Siri, how do you say that someone is afraid of dogs? What kind of phobia is that? Let's see if Siri understands.
Okay, I found this on the web for how do you say that someone is afraid of dogs. What kind of phobia is that? Check it out.
Cynophobia. Thank you, Siri. Error. Try that again. Really? But to be honest with you, I didn't know that word. So it's probably one of those words that's a medical term. But in everyday conversation, we wouldn't say that. I've never heard that word ever. I'm afraid of dogs. That's what people would say. I'm afraid of dogs. I still have fear in huge dogs. My accountant has 2 Newfoundlands, and a Newfoundland is a huge dog. It looks like a bear. They're big black dogs, really large. The head is tremendous. So, but they're very gentle. Oh, police dogs, like a German Shepherd. Gotcha. I had a German Shepherd when I was a kid, and that dog was very, very gentle. Very, very gentle. But if you were, if you came to my house and my dog was that German Shepherd was very smart. She knew if somebody was a good person or a bad person. And if you were a bad person, or you didn't, you were afraid. The thing about dogs, I'll tell you what I know. I'll tell you what I know about dogs. If you when your emotions change, right? You suddenly become happy, or you suddenly become afraid, right? Your body produces a smell. There's a chemical reaction in your brain, and your body produces a smell every time your emotion changes. Now, in the history of human development over hundreds of centuries, thousands of years, we don't notice that smell. So if you and I are together and you suddenly become sad, or you suddenly become afraid, you saw something and you're suddenly afraid, I don't smell you. Okay? Because human beings have evolved so we can, I know how you feel if you become afraid or you're happy. I can read your facial expression. Right? However, dogs can smell it. So if you see a dog and you become afraid of that dog, the dog can smell your fear. And so what happens is the dog reacts to your smell and thinks, uh-oh, there's a problem. This human is very nervous. What's wrong? And then the dog will start barking because the dog is worried. The dog says, oh my God, this woman is upset. Is there something wrong? Is it him? Is it him? Is it him? The dog doesn't know or doesn't realize that the dog is the reason for your fear. So if you notice a dog like a German Shepherd, and every time you see a dog like that, the dog starts barking, what you should try to do is try to relax yourself. Try to not change your emotion when you see the dog. And I'm sure you'll have a different reaction from the dog. As I mentioned, I had another dog 5 years ago. That was a Jack Russell Terrier. And that dog had a bad experience with other dogs when she was a puppy. And so she was always barking at dogs. And so every time I saw another dog in the neighborhood as I was walking, my dog's name was Happy. Happy English. Get it? Whenever I was walking Happy, Happy would bark because I would get upset. I would get nervous. So I learned to control my nerves so that when we saw the dog, I stayed very calm. Happy stopped barking at other dogs. It's a true story. It's a true story. Barking dogs don't bite. I guess because they're busy barking. So that's the thing. That's the thing. So if you have, it's okay to feel fear when you see a big dog, but try to not let your emotions change, because that's what happens. The dog smells your fear and says, "Oh my God, is there a problem? Is it him? Is it him? Is it that guy? Should I get that guy?" So I don't say fake your calmness, but because you can't fake it. If you feel scared, the dog's going to sense that. So you have to train yourself to calm down and relax when you see a big dog, and then the dog will not pick up a vibe that there's a problem. A friend of mine is a researcher, and she researches robots, and she works with a university in Hungary, in Budapest, and that university studies the relationship between dogs and humans. Because among all of the animals, and sorry if you're a cat person, but according to the research, dogs, among all of the animals that we have in the world, dogs have the strongest emotional bond to people. And dogs have a strong emotional bond to people, and people have an emotional bond to dogs. And so this university researches that. And they study that to see how that connection happens. So, and then my friend uses that data to think about how you can, how humans and robots can have an attachment. Can you sense your dog's facial expression? I'm learning that because my dogs are still young. Max, I can kind of get his expressions. Rosie is very hard. Her face never changes. She's always sad because she's got a lot of bulldog in her, French bulldog. All right. Oh my God, I'm looking at the time, and I'm sorry to say, time flew. Ay, 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 ay. So I will post this document, and we will look at the rest of these next time. Sorry, we didn't have a chance to do all that. I had so much planned for you. Wow, time flies. Time flies when you're having fun. I hope that was helpful for you. If you've been here for the whole lesson, I really, really appreciate that. I had Joe fix my car. I made Joe. Make somebody do something, Lolly. That means you forced Joe to do it. I had Joe fix my car means you arranged for Joe to do that. All right, that, my friends, is all the time that we have for today. My goodness, time flies. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really, really appreciate that. Keep in mind, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on that journey. Thank you so much for learning English with me today. See you next time.